there are many flaws in our old syllabus. Okay, and to overcome all those flaws, we have to introduce, the institute has introduced this new syllabus. Okay, now first of all, in this chapter is all about introduction to strategic cost management. So in this chapter we will study about why is this new subject, the strategic cost management, has been introduced in our syllabus. Okay, and in the same chapter, during the beginning of the chapter, we will study about what are the flaws in traditional cost management, what are the flaws which we have in our old syllabus, and all those flaws has been overcome in this new subject. Okay, now, let us first understand what are the flaws in traditional cost management. What are the flaws in the subject which you have studied so far in CA Inter, in CA Final, old syllabus? What are the flaws in those subjects? What are the flaws in traditional cost management? So I hope when you have studied this costing subject, I know that you people are in new syllabus, so you people didn't have studied the old syllabus, the old costing subject, but I'm sure that you all have studied the CA Inter syllabus, and that's why we all are here to study the CA final subject. So you have studied in CA Inter. In CA Inter, you have studied that while you take decision related to your business, costing related decision related to your business, you just consider the financial factors. Okay, you just consider the financial factors. And one more problem, you take decision in your business considering the short-term goal of your organization. You want to get profit, you want to increase your revenue, you want to increase the profitability of the organization, and all these are the factors which are financial factors. Okay, I want to earn more for my shareholders. Okay, I want to earn more, grow, I want to earn more wealth, I want to earn more revenue for my company. So all these goals are financial goals. Okay, while what happened that in strategic cost management, what happened, we take decision while considering both financial factors and non-financial factors. Okay, so in this syllabus, this strategic cost management and performance evaluation, the entire subject, all the chapters in the subject, you will study that every topic in our subject, we have to consider both financial factors and non-financial factors. And while taking decision, while analyzing the situation of the company, while you are taking the decision related to your business, you will consider not just the financial factors which you have studied so far in CA Inter, or what you have so far studied in CA old syllabus. So you just don't consider the financial factors, you also consider the non-financial factors. And this topic means considering the financial and non-financial factors is applicable everywhere, whether you are studying the decision making chapter, or whether you are studying the transfer pricing chapter, or any chapter which you will study in this new subject, you will consider both financial and non-financial factors. So you can see that now we are studying a broader concept. So far we have studied a narrow concept, and it's not good to take decision considering only narrow concept. Okay, if you will take decision only after considering the narrow concept, what happened, your decision will not be good for the organization. So if you want to take good decision for your organization, you should consider both financial and non-financial factors. And this is what we will study in the entire subject, not just in one chapter 1. We will study this in entire subject, every chapter of our subject. Okay, now the subject is about strategic cost management and performance evaluation. So what happened here, we take the decision considering both financial and non-financial factors. Also, while study this new subject, while we will study the strategic cost management and performance evaluation, while we will study the subject, we will consider what that we want to take decision considering not just the cost of the organization. We will take the decision considering the strategies. Okay, so this subject is a combination of two subjects, costing and strategies. Okay, and this is we will understand this with the help of some example which we have in this chapter. Okay, so before understanding the strategic cost management chapter, introduction of strategic cost management, first of all, let us understand what is the meaning of strategy. What is the meaning of strategy here? See, strategy, for this, I will take some points. First point, uncertainty. Second point, long-term perspective. We will take such action or plan in order to win. Okay, so what happened, we are doing this subject for any business organization, and every business organization wants to win. Every business organization wants to become a successful business organization. So every business organization wants to win. And if you want to win, you just don't consider the narrow concept. If you will consider the narrow concept, if you will not consider the broader concept, I think the decision which you will take for the business organization will not going to be fruitful. So if you want to win, you have to consider all the uncertainties. So here they are talking about that you should consider all the uncertainties. Now, uncertainty means what? Uncertainty means that you have to consider both internal environment and external environment. We have to consider both internal environment and external environment. Now, what happened again? What happened in traditional cost management? What happened in our old CA final subject? We take decision considering just the information we have from the internal sources, right? For example, we know that how many raw material we are using for producing the finished good. For example, the labor which we are using to produce the finished good. For example, the overheads which we are having in our organization for producing the finished good. So we use all these internal information and we take decision accordingly. While what happened in this new syllabus, strategic cost management and performance evaluation, they just don't consider, they consider the internal information, but they just don't consider the internal information. They also consider the external factors. What are the external factors? Like they consider the political factors, how politicians are affecting the business organization. Yes, politicians do affect the business organization. Okay, how the legal factors, how the change in law affects the business organization. We all know that when the GST was first introduced, how the GST has introduced the business organization, how the implementation of demonetization has affected the business organization. So how the change in law affects the business organization, how the politician affects the business organization, how change in economy affect your business organization. We know that after the impact of COVID-19, the world's economy has changed. Okay, and the effect of world's economy will going to affect your own business, because we all know that the business organization are all interlinked with each other. If someone's business organization will get affected by some reason, obviously your own business organization will get affected in some way. Okay, so economic factor will affect your business organization. Change in technology will affect your business organization. Okay, the bargaining power of the buyer will affect your business organization. Bargaining power of the supplier will affect your business organization. The substitute product will affect your business organization. The behavior of competitor will affect your business organization. Okay, so these are the point pistol. I will call it pistol. Okay, political factor, economical factor, technology, change in law, and social, how society change your business organization, how the taste and preference of the people will affect your business organization. Okay, and the Potter's five forces model, which we have studied in CA Inter Strategic Management, Potter's five forces model, in which we have studied how the bargaining power of the buyer, the bargaining power of the supplier, the competition amongst the rivalry, how the substitute product, all these five forces affect your business organization. So these are the external factors. So can you think that your business organization are not just affected by internal factors, like from where you are purchasing the raw material, who is the supplier, what is the price of buying the raw material. Not just these decisions will affect your business organization. From where you are getting your labor, are your labor are cheap or expensive. Okay, not just these decisions will affect your business organization, the cost management of your business organization, but also the change in law, the change in economy, politician decision, the legal change in law, economy, change in economy, the bargaining power of buyer, bargaining power of supplier, threat of new substitute. Okay, so all these external factors will also going to affect your business organization. So it means that in new syllabus, we will consider both. While taking the decision, we will consider both the internal factors, how internal factors are affecting our business decision, as well as the external factors, how the external factors are affecting our business organization. Also, the financial factors and the non-financial factors, and we will study this in entire subject in every chapter, how the financial and non-financial factors will affect your decisions, how the internal and external factors will affect your decisions. Okay, and remember, always remember that while you want to take decision related to your business organization, you just don't focus on short term goals. Try to achieve the long term goals. Okay, this philosophy was introduced first time in Japan by Toyota company. They said that if you want to sacrifice your short-term goals at the cost of long-term goals, go for it. Sacrifice your short-term goals if you want to achieve your long-term goals. If sometime this condition will arise in your business organization. Okay, so this, if I have one example of sacrificing the short-term goals. For example, you all are student, and clearing the CA final exam is your goal. Okay, this is a long-term goal that you want to clear your CA final examination, and after clearing, you want to clear your examination with rank, and after getting a rank from ICAI, you want to join a good company for job. This is your long-term goal. And what are your short-term goals? Like, I feel very lazy, I want to sleep, I want to watch movie, I want to go to play. These are some short-term goals. And for achieving your long-term goals, you have to sacrifice all these short-term goals. Okay, same thing happen in your business organization. Sometime while you are taking the decision for your organization, you have to sacrifice the short-term goals for achieving the long-term goals. Okay, so sometime this happen, so we will consider all these things. Okay, what happened in old syllabus, we just consider the internal factors while taking the decision, and what happened in new syllabus, we consider the internal as well as external factors. What happened in old syllabus, we consider just the financial information and we take the decision accordingly. But what happened in new syllabus, we consider the financial factors, we consider the non-financial factors, and then we take decision accordingly. Also, in old syllabus, what happened, we just we were focusing in achieving the short-term goals that, oh, I want to increase the revenue of the organization. I want to increase the growth of the business organization. All these were short-term goal of the organization. So we are talking that in new syllabus, don't focus just on short-term goals, try to achieve long-term goals, and sometime it might be possible that you have to sacrifice your short-term goals for achieving the long-term goals. So you can see that now the concept is a broader concept. Earlier in old syllabus, your concept was very narrow. While you were taking decision for your business organization, your concept was very narrow. Okay, and so the syllabus was comparatively very easy. But now the syllabus is very vast and you have to study a lot of many things. Why? Because now you have to consider a broader picture. And after considering a broader picture, you have to take decision for your business organization. Okay. So this is all about, I hope this image speak a lot. Strategic cost management. Even if you think that this business organization is very small and this business organization will not grow in future, such a small business organization, how such a small business organization can grow? Okay, so I have an example. If you follow a proper business strategy, if you take your decisions strategically, okay, you can be a business leader. Even though when you start, you were just a small business person. Okay, your business was very small when you have initiated your business, and you can be a business leader if you take proper business decision for your business organization. I have an example. You know this company, Google company. Google company was founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Okay, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, both of them, they were PhD student when they first time discovered the search engine, Google search engine, and they want to earn money through this search engine. But at that time when they research, they were a research student, they were PhD student, and they have discovered this Google search engine. But at that time, and they want to earn money from the search engine, but at that time Yahoo, Excite, these are big search engine in the market. Okay, these were big search engine in the market, and this market was a saturated market. I hope you understand by meaning of saturated. Saturated market means the entry of newcomer is almost impossible. Okay, so at that time when the Google was first discovered, the market was saturated. Okay, and in the market, Yahoo and Excite were a big player in the market. Okay, now at that time, what happened? Sergey Brin and Larry Page, they want to earn money from their own search engine. Okay, and they followed such beautiful business strategies, they framed such beautiful business strategies that now, after so many years, I will say after 17 or 19 years, after so many years, they become market leader. We all know that now the Google company is a market leader, and nobody knows even the name of Excite. Even the Yahoo company, people don't use Yahoo as a search engine. Such a good company, Google company. So they entered in a saturated market where the entry of newcomer was almost impossible. There were no space for the newcomer in the market, but they followed such a beautiful business strategies that they entered in saturated market, and then they become market leader. They're market leader. Okay, so this is how this subject, if you will study this subject, this entire subject properly, this will help you how to become from a zero to hero. The subject will help you. Okay, so this subject will help you. It will make you take your decision in smarter way. Okay, now we have some difference between our old syllabus and a new syllabus. I hope we have discussed some of the points, but let us discuss those points again. Okay, traditional cost management. This is what we have studied in CA Inter or old syllabus and strategic cost management. So the first point which we have studied, that traditional cost management focus on short-term goals, while strategic cost management, it focus on long-term goals. Okay. Second point we have studied, that we just consider the financial factors. While in new syllabus, we consider both financial factors and non-financial factors. Financial factors and non-financial factors. Third point, we have studied that we consider just the internal environment. While in strategic cost management, what happened? We consider internal as well as external factors. That is why, as well as external factors. That is why we have considered all the uncertainties. Why? Because we are considering everything. And that is why we can somehow predict the future. Means we are considering the uncertainty also. And thus we are taking decision accordingly in order to win the situation, in order to become a very good business organization, in order to become a market leader. Okay. Okay. Now, more points which is mentioned in our book is that our old syllabus is based on the decision which we take. The cost allocation in old syllabus are based on number of units we produce. Okay, the volume. Okay, the number of units you produce in department A, number of unit you produce in department B, the number of unit you produce in department C, you consider that and then you allocate the cost accordingly. This is what happened in traditional cost management. What happened in strategic cost management? We say that in strategic cost management, we allocate the cost considering the activity, the cost drivers. On the basis of activity, we allocate the cost. Okay, this is what happened in new syllabus. Okay, more points. Okay, now here our focus is to prepare the income statement. We want to prepare the cost sheet. We want to try to find out the profit. Okay, this is what happened in case of traditional cost management. You have studied in CA Inter how to prepare cost sheet, how to prepare the budgeted statement. You have studied so many things in CA Inter as well as in old syllabus to prepare the income statement. Okay, to prepare the income statement, prepare the budget report. Okay, and comparing the budget, okay, and actual expenditure. This is what happened in old syllabus. But what happened in new syllabus in strategic cost management? What happened? Our focus is either to become a cost leader, or product differentiation. Okay, for this, I want to give some example to all of you, and I want to relate this to the next point. Then I'll give you example. In case of traditional cost management, we focus on reducing the cost. We want to reduce the cost of our business organization. Everywhere we try to find out the opportunity of reducing the cost. What happened? This is what happened in traditional cost management. Okay, so this is what happened in traditional. Yes, I know, I know. Yeah, I'm changing. Wait, wait. Let me read your query first, then I'm changing the board. Okay, I hope I'm visible. Okay. So is the board is visible to all of you? Is there any problem related to board? Please, is there any problem related to board? Please message me. I'm reading your queries. So what happened in traditional cost management? What happened? We consider in traditional cost management, we were just focusing on reducing the cost. Okay, we were just focusing on reducing the cost. While what happened in strategic cost management, we are not just reducing the cost, we are not just focusing on reducing the cost, but also improving the value for the customer. Okay, we are not just focusing on reducing the cost, but also try to improve the value for the customer. Okay, so for this, I have an example of value chain analysis. See what happened. In traditional cost management, we were just preparing the financial statement, the cost sheet, and then we take the decision accordingly. Okay, but in case of strategic cost management, we either try to become a cost leader or product differentiation. For example, I have an example of Parle-G company. Parle-G company. We all know that Parle-G company is a market leader. Okay. And they have achieved this market leadership through cost leadership. Okay, we know that the price of Parle-G is just 4 rupees, and the Parle-G is available even if you will go to America, the store of America, you can get Parle-G. While if you will go even a small villages in India, the rural places, you can get the Parle-G. So Parle-G, you can see that Parle-G is available everywhere around the world. Okay, and it's a cost leader, means the price of Parle-G, even today, the price of Parle-G is just rupees 4. So Parle-G is a cost leader. It's a cost leader. Parle-G has achieved cost leadership. Okay. So this is what happened in strategic cost management, that our focus is not just to prepare the financial statement, the cost sheet, the costing P&L account and take the decision accordingly. No, we want to make our organization a cost leader, or we want to make our organization a product differentiation or a service different from other. Okay, and we are not just focusing on reducing the cost, we are not just focusing on exploring the places from where we can reduce the cost. No, we are also focusing on increasing the value for the customer. Now what is value? What is value? What do you mean by saying value? I want to show you an image. If you can see this image, what is the difference between a sweet corn of rupees 5 and a sweet corn of rupees 20? What is the difference between them? The customer value means you are giving something to customer for which the customer is willing to pay. The customer is willing to pay money. You are giving something to the customer. Okay, and this is value. Also, I have one more example of value. You can see here, this is the image. I hope the image is visible to all of you. You can see that the price of coffee beans is very less. Then the price of coffee powder will increase. Then the price of prepared coffee will increase more. Then you will pay more if you will drink coffee at Starbucks. So you can see that there is progression of value. Value means something for which the customer is willing to pay. Okay, so in strategic cost management, we are not just focusing on reducing the cost. We are not focusing on reducing the cost. We also want to improve the value for the customer. Value means something for which the customer is happily wants to pay us money. Okay, and one more point. What happened in traditional cost management? One more point I want to tell you. What happened in traditional cost management in old syllabus? What happened there? That in that syllabus, what happened in traditional cost management? I want to discuss all these points related to that. We ignore the market competition. Market situation means the external environment. They are talking all about the external environment. Yes. One more point. This comes in my mind, traditional cost management and strategic cost management. One more very important point in my mind. Very important point. What happened in traditional cost management? In traditional cost management, we are just focusing on the product or the services which we are producing. Okay, you can see that while you are preparing the cost sheet, you were focusing that how many units we are preparing, how many customer with how many customer you are dealing. Okay, you are just focusing on that, the product or services. While what happened in strategic cost management? In strategic cost management, we are focusing on the customer, not on our own product, not on or on our own services. We are not just focusing on our own product or on our own services. We are focusing on our customer. And you will study this in entire subject, that customer is king. Customer is king. And you have to take the decision accordingly. You want to keep your king happy. Your sale will increase, your reputation will increase, your goodwill will increase, means the financial as well as the non-financial factors. Both factors will increase only and only if your king is happy. Customer is king, and you have to keep your king happy always. Well, what happened in traditional cost management? You were just focusing on the product. You were just focusing on your own services. And you don't know even whether your product will be liked by the customer or not, whether the services which you want to introduce in your market, whether the customer will like it or not. You don't know that. But you are taking decision accordingly. You are just taking decision considering your own product, your own services. You don't want to find the customer preference. Okay, while in strategic cost management, we first try to find out the requirement of the customer, and then accordingly we frame our strategy accordingly. Okay, so there is a lot of difference between the old syllabus and a new syllabus, a very systematically designed new syllabus. Okay, the concept in this subject are very beautiful. Okay, now let us understand more points. In traditional cost management, we ignore external environment. Therefore, we ignore the market competition while taking the decision. In old syllabus, we ignore the market competition. We ignore the market growth. We ignore the customer requirement. See, this is what I have told you here, that we ignore what is the requirement of customer. We ignore that. Okay. Next is, we excessively focus on reducing the cost. In traditional cost management, in our old syllabus, we were just focusing on reducing the cost. That's it. But what happened in new syllabus? We are focusing on reducing the cost as well as increasing the value for the customer. What is value? Something for which the customer is willing to pay happily. Okay. Next point, the market is very dynamic, very competitive, and this is what we have ignored in old syllabus. This is what we have ignored in traditional cost management. What? The market is dynamic. We all know what happened in the month of January. We have never thought that COVID will spread all around the world. We have never thought that the COVID impact of COVID will affect the world's economy, and ultimately it will hit us also. We have never thought like this. So considering the dynamic of market, the market is dynamic, the environment is dynamic, and you have to consider all those situations and then take decision accordingly. This is what we ignore in our old syllabus. We don't consider this thing in old syllabus. Okay. Now, next point is what happened in traditional cost management in our old syllabus. Limited focus on review. See, taking the feedback, taking the review is very important. Why this is very important? Because if you will take an honest feedback from your customer will praise you, customer will criticize you. If you will take an honest feedback from your customer, those feedback will help you to improve more. So what happened in traditional cost management? You don't consider the feedback of customer. You don't consider the reviews of your own product, your own services. Okay. And if you are not taking the feedback, you can't improve yourself. This is what we consider in strategic cost management. You will study in the subject that you will take while you are taking the decision related to your business. You will take the feedback of your customer, and accordingly, if the customer is criticizing the product or services, you will improve your product, you will improve your services for the satisfaction of customer, because customer is king and we want to keep our king happy. Okay, now next point is that traditional cost management was a reactive approach, while strategic cost management is a proactive approach. Okay, what does the reactive approach means? Everything has happened, you have already committed the blunder, and now you want to correct those things. This is what happened in traditional cost management. You have set the standard costing, budgeting, you have set the standard, then the actual expenses take place, then the adverse variances arises in the organization, then you take decision in order to remove all those adverse variances from the organization. This is what happened in traditional cost management. While what happened in strategic cost management, it's a proactive approach. We do not set the standard. We will follow beautiful strategies in this subject. We will follow lean system, Kaizen costing, just-in-time system, so many systems, so many strategies that none of the variance will arise in the organization. None of the defective item will produce by the organization. So strategic cost management is a proactive approach, while traditional cost management is a reactive approach. And the next point, strategic cost management is a short-term outlooks. One more point I want to discuss here, that the traditional cost management is a risk avoiding approach. I will say a risk averse. Traditional cost management is a risk averse approach. Means in old syllabus, we don't want to take risk, while strategic cost management is a risk taking approach. Why are you taking risk? Because you have considered everything. You have considered the internal environment, you have considered the external environment, you have considered the financial factors, you have considered the non-financial factors, you have considered the short-term goals, the long-term goals, you have considered everything. Now, even the uncertainty, now you can take the risk. So strategic cost management is a risk-taking approach. You can ask me query also. If there is any query, you can ask me. Okay, if there is any problem related to the board, I will resolve that issue in the next class. Please. Okay, I will resolve that issue in the next class. And I think I'm not using the board much. So keep listen me. Okay. I will use the pictures here, but I will not write much in the board. And whatever, if I will write anything, I will provide you the presentation. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, just listen to me very carefully. Okay. So strategic cost management, I hope you understand now. The subject is very beautiful. Why the subject is very beautiful? Because now you are taking the decision considering a broader picture. If you will consider a broader picture, I think you will take the decision, a good decision for your organization. Okay. Because considering the broader picture will help you to take right decision for your organization. Okay. So strategic cost management will help you to improve the strategic position of the business organization, as well as help you to reduce the cost, to control the cost. So in strategic cost management, we are not just focusing on reducing the cost. We just don't want to reduce the cost, but also we want to improve the value for which the customer will pay us. And we want to make our business good, like strategic. If we want to give a position, strategic position for our business organization. Okay, so here it is mentioned that if you want to take the decision in strategic cost management, consider the internal factors like raw material, labor, overheads, other costs, as well as external factors. Then take decision accordingly. Now we have a very good example in our book. First of all, I want all of you to read this question. I hope the screen is quite visible. I don't think that it is completely invisible board. So please read this example. This example is in your book also. Please read it. I'm giving you 2 minutes to read it. I'm giving you 2 minutes to read this question. If you will read this question, you will find that the business organization is producing two products, product A and product B. The business organization are producing two products, product A and product B. And the revenue for the product A is given, the revenue for product B is given. The cost of sale for product A is given, the cost of sale for product B is given. Gross profit for both the product is given, overheads are given, and net profit is given. So if you will see this financial statement of two product of your business organization and you have studied the old syllabus, what will you do? You will take the decision considering the financial factors. You will say that, ma'am, the organization should stop producing the product B. Why? Because in the product B, the organization is having losses of 2 lakh. Okay, so the organization should stop producing product B. But one line is extra given here, that if you will stop reducing the production of product B, what will happen? The sale of product A will reduce by 25%. The sale of product A will reduce by 25%, means the profit of product A will reduce by 25%. What is the amount? Tell me. Okay, let me check the problem. Okay, right side means this side. Okay. So if you will see what is the amount, can you tell me the amount? 20 lakh into 25%. Can you tell me the amount? Tell me the amount. This amount is 5 lakh. Okay. Product B, what will happen? The company will incur loss in product A of rupees 5 lakh. The company will incur loss of rupees 5 lakh, while the company will save 2 lakh. So now the loss of the business organization is 3 lakh. Okay. Earlier, the loss of the business organization was 2 lakh. So what happened? If you will not consider this additional line, that if you will stop producing product A, the sale of product, if you will stop producing product B, the sale of product A will reduce by 25%. So you should consider that. If you will will be that you should not stop producing product B. If you will stop producing product B, what will happen? In such case, if you will stop producing product B, the loss will be more. The loss will be more. If the organization will stop producing product B, the organization, that is rupees 5 lakh, the loss will be rupees 5 lakh. Okay. In order to save rupees 2 lakh, you are incurring rupees 5 lakh loss. So the net loss will be 3 lakh. The net loss will be 3 lakh. Instead, earlier the loss to stop the production of B. Okay. So this is how you take the decision. An example of, again, strategic cost management. This is an example of strategic cost management. What happened in this case? Preventive maintenance of its machinery regularly. Preventive maintenance, write it down somewhere. Preventive maintenance means regularly oiling the machine, regularly greasing the machine, tightening the loose. You are not doing that. And because of which what happened? You don't know when the machine will get breakdown. Okay, you are doing the production, but you are not maintaining your machine properly. You are not doing the preventive maintenance regularly, monthly. So what happened? Many problems will arise. What are those problems? Let us discuss the problem which will arise in the organization. See, said that you are not doing preventive maintenance. If the preventive maintenance, you need to do time to time greasing some person, or you have to train some person for doing all these things, and all these things will require cost. And to save this cost, this is a short-term cost. This is a short-term cost. What happened? Your long-term survival will get affect. How your long-term survival will affect? See, you are not doing some short-term cost in the machine, preventive maintenance regularly. In order to save short-term costs, what happened? Whenever the machine will get breakdown, these machine will get breakdown. What happened? The production will hamper, the production will stop. Okay, then what happened? Many other problem will arise, like it might be possible that customer has ordered you some quantity and you are. So in such situation, what happened? You will not deliver the product to the customer on right time. Your reputation will get damaged. Okay, your good is very bad company, because this company has not provided me the product on right time. Providing the product to the customer at right time is very important. long-term impact. This will have long-term impact. This will have long-term impact. How long-term impact? Because you are not delivering your product to the customer on right time, because of which impacted, your brand name has impacted. Okay, so if your goodwill and if your brand long-term survival. So at the cost of short term, we have studied for achieving your long-term goal. Means these costs, incur these costs, oiling, greasing, training, these are all short-term costs. Incur all these costs in your organization. These are all short-term costs, but this will help you to gain the long-term goal. You want to build the reputation of your organization. You want to, okay, you want to build the brand name, goodwill. These are all non-financial factors. Goodwill, brand name, important. Loyalty. So you can term, long-term, financial, non-financial, everything is here. Okay, in this case study, everything is here present in the. You should try to take decision accordingly. Sacrifice your short-term goals. Sacrifice your short-term costs. Organization, like you want to build the customer loyalty. One, try to keep the king happy always. Okay, try to, if your customer is loyal, if the customer is happy, it's a long-term vision, long-term goal. Okay, so, and these are also the non-financial factors. These are not financial factors. Goodwill factors. Okay, so you should consider not just the financial, but financial factors also. Okay, more points are saying that if you will not repair your machinery regularly, what happen, once the machine will break down, it will means these costs like oiling, greasing, the employee, providing training to employee. Okay, he will regularly oil the machine, he will regularly grease the machine, he will tight the loose buttons, so you will provide the training. Preventive maintenance. Otherwise, if you will not incur these short-term costs, short-term, once the machine will get break down, what happen? You have to repair your machine. Now what happened? You have to repair your machine. For repairing your machine, you have to incur the cost. Now, resources. Okay, machine is not working, but labor are coming in your organization. They are using the area. You are wasting of your organization, and all the resources are related to cost. You have to pay the bill for the rent, you have to pay the bill for the electricity, you have to give the salary to the labor, wages to the labor, so you have to incur the cost, even though it's cost for you have sacrificed these costs. These were your short-term goals, and what happened, once your machine will break down, you will incur all these kind of costs, and these are financial as well as non-financial costs, which might affect your long-term survival. So you can think how just a small example is telling you that why it is important to take the decision strategically, why it is important to example. Okay, one more example. One more example. I hope this example is clear. You can ask me question. If you have any doubt, please ask me question. My voice is breaking. Using Wi-Fi. Voice is breaking. Okay, tell me if the voice is breaking again. I'm audible. Please tell me I'm audible. Voice is breaking again or not? Tell me, please. Say yes or no. Okay, we have another example of Samsung. Okay, let me check. Internet is proper. There is no problem related to internet. Okay. So we have another case study 2. This case study is related. Let us understand the traditional cost management concept and strategic cost management concept here again. What happened in this case? The organization has shut down some of its customer care service center in order to save money. This is a traditional cost management approach. This is a traditional cost management approach. Okay, now it's okay. Thank you. You can ask me the query also. Okay, now traditional cost management. What happened in traditional cost management? I have taken one more example. It's a case in a book. We have a case of telecommunication company. We have an example of telecommunication company. What happened? This company has shut down some of its customer care service center. They have shut down some of its customer because some of the example, the organization were having 100 city. ठीक है, for example UP. I'm taking an example of big city UP. ठीक है, big state, not city, state. Now what happened? The organization want to save their cost, want to reduce their cost. In order to reduce the cost, what they have done, they have shut down some of its customer care service center. Why they have? In order to save the rent of these customer care service center, in order to save the salary they are paying to electricity bills, in order to save other overheads, they want to shut down some of its customer care service center, and so they have reduced their customer care service center from 50 to 40. They have shut down 10 customer care service center. Now what happened after this shutdown? What happened? There are only 40 customer care service center in the state. Now what happened? The burden on these customer care service center has increased. What happened? Whenever you go to customer care service center, customer don't want to wait. They don't or waste their time. Okay, so what happened? If some of the customer care service center has been shut down by the company, the burden on the other customer care service center will increase. Means the number of customer reaching these customer care service center will increase. Number of customer will increase. Okay, if the number of customer will increase, their turn their chances of resolving their queries will get decrease. Burden on employee will also increase. So the two important stakeholder, one is customer and another one is employee. These two important stakeholder of the company will get dissatisfied with the decision of the business organization, and ultimately this will impact the long-term survival of the business organization. Okay, so so the business organization should take decision accordingly. They want to save, they were focusing on short-term goals. They want to save the rent, salary, but this short-term goals, they have achieved the short-term goals, but this will impact your long-term vision, your long-term goal, your customer satisfaction. We have already discussed in the entire subject. I will keep on saying you that customer is king. Keep your king happy always. This is the best business strategy. Keep the king happy. Happy. So our goal, our long-term goal is to create a goodwill brand name, and that will, and customer is not happy when we have taken this decision. In this case, the customer is not happy. The most important stakeholder, the employee of the organization, is not happy. So this will impact the long-term vision and goal of the organization. So decision is not good. The decision taken by the organization is not good. Okay. Okay, मैं एक काम करती हूँ, मैं इसको, let me resolve this issue. Why is this voice is breaking? हेलो, एक्चुअली जय जी, इसमें ना बार बार वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है. क्यों हो रही है ये? मेरा नेटवर्क तो बिल्कुल अच्छा आ रहा है. हाँ, एक बार चेक करिए क्योंकि नेटवर्क बिल्कुल परफेक्ट आ रहा है. हाँ हाँ, ऑडियो इशू है और नेटवर्क मैंने अभी स्पीड टेस्ट है. ओके, एक मिनट ना, मैं एक काम करती हूँ, मैं ना इसको चेंज कर देती हूँ. ये तो फिर प्रॉब्लम ही करता रहेगा. पीपीटी अगर ब्लर है तो स्क्रीन शेयरिंग, आप मुझे होस्ट बनाइए, मेक मी होस्ट। हेलो, स्क्रीन स्क्रीन तो शेयर ही नहीं होगा। मतलब मैं दूसरा स्क्रीन शेयर कर देती और वो बेटर विजिबिलिटी होती, मैं वीडियो भी चेंज कर देती हूँ। मैं एक काम कर रही हूँ, मैं ओबीएस को हटाकर नॉर्मल स्क्रीन शेयरिंग कर रही हूँ। हाँ, तो मुझे आपको होस्ट बनाना पड़ेगा। नहीं, वो पता नहीं, वो पहले से इस शेयर स्क्रीन था। हाँ हाँ, हो गया, ठीक है, ठीक है। अभी आप लोग मुझे, नाउ प्लीज टेल मी वेदर द स्क्रीन इज विजिबल। इज इट प्रॉपरली विजिबल? द स्क्रीन इज प्रॉपरली विजिबल? ओके, ये मुझे पहले करना चाहिए था। हाँ हाँ, कौन सा पीपीटी आ रहा है? हाँ हाँ, I hope the screen is visible. Please tell me the screen is visible, everything is visible or not? Please tell me. हाँ जी, हाँ जी। ओके, ये तो सब बंद हो गया। कंट्रोल एफ एंड, नहीं लॉक नहीं है। नहीं, मुझे ना अभी समझ नहीं आ रही प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रही है अभी आपको। मैं एक बार खुद ही चेक कर। तो दोनों दिख रही है? अच्छा, अच्छा, ओके ओके, समझ गई समझ गई समझ गई। तो इसको फिर मैं ये कर देती हूँ ना, एक मिनट, इसको मैं ये कर देती हूँ इसको। नहीं, मुझे ना अभी समझ नहीं आ रही प्रॉब्लम। अब खुद ही check करूँ। तो दोनों दिख रही है? अच्छा, ओके ओके, समझ गई समझ गई समझ गई। तो इसको फिर मैं ये कर देती हूँ ना, एक मिनट, इसको मैं ये कर देती हूँ इसको। मुझे ना समझ नहीं आ रही। अब तो दोनों दिख रही है? फाइन। अच्छा, ओके ओके, समझ गई समझ गई। इसको बाद में और बेटर ठीक करते हैं। ठीक है, ओके। Screen is good. I hope the screen is visible to all of you now. इसको बाद में और बेटर कर। Okay, please just tell me that the screen is visible or not. बट वो मूव नहीं हो रही थी। ठीक है, मैं लिख रही हूँ, ये नजर आ रहा है, बस इतना बता दीजिए। इज इट विजिबल? ओके, ठीक है। Okay, so we have an example of this. This is where I have teach you that we should focus our decision on the customer. We should focus always ourselves on the customer. We should focus ourselves always on the customer. Customer is king, and we have to keep our king always happy, which will be good for us for long-term survival of our business organization. Okay, so strategic cost management is a broader concept. Okay, it gives you a big picture of the organization, and this will help you to gain competitive advantage. Okay, these are the things which we have discussed so far. Now let us discuss more points. Business model. Okay, means in business organization, we should consider the vision of the organization, the mission, the goal, the planning, the strategy, everything. The growth means the financial factors, everything, the financial, non-financial factors, everything. Okay, so now let us discuss about VIMOSA, the vision statement, the mission statement, the objective and goal of the business organization. Let us discuss about it. What is the mission statement? Mission statement means, why does the company exist? What is the reason to be? What is the reason of existence of the company? Is a mission statement. And the vision statement is where the company would like to go, what the company would like to achieve in future. So this vision statement represent the future, while the mission statement represent the present situation. This represent the present situation. Why does the company exist? While you will read the mission statement, you will find it from the mission statement of every company, that why that company exists. And from the vision statement, you will find where that company wants to go, what the company would like to achieve in future. This will You will find this with the help of the vision statement of the business organization. And what are the goal and objective? What need to be done? What will you do? What need to be done in order to achieve the mission of the business organization and the vision of the business organization? What do you want to do? What you have to do? Okay, in order to achieve the mission and vision of the organization. This you will get from the goal or objective of the business organization. I hope with the help of this picture, it is clear. So the vision statement should be challenging. Okay, it should be challenging. The vision statement should show the ambitious future of the organization, and it should be challenging. Okay, now mission means, why does the company exist? With the help of mission statement of any company, either the Google company or the Amazon, or in fact, if you will take ICAI, our own institute, you will consider the mission and vision statement of our own institute. From the mission statement, you will get the answer of these 4 questions. What are those questions? These 4 questions. What kind of product or services you want to deliver? The product and services. What kind of product and services you want to deliver? This answer you will get from the mission statement. From the mission statement, you will find that what are the product the company is offering, what are the services the company is offering. Next, What type of customer the company is focusing. Okay, the type of customer, you will get the answer from the mission statement. Amazing. We will find this. What are their primary market? You will get the answer of this question from the mission statement of any company. And what are their area of operation? You will find the answer of this question from the mission statement. Now let us find the answer of these questions from one example. Let us take an example of Google company. Do you know the mission statement of Google company? The mission statement of Google company is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. This is the mission statement of Google company. You can search on internet and you can find it from internet. Mission statement of Google company. Now let us see the answer of those 4 questions. What are the product and services the company is offering? Let's see whether it is mentioned in the mission statement or not. They want to organize. What are the product and services they want to offer? Google want to organize. What they want to organize? The world's information. If you will go to the Google, you can get the information. World's information, any information, whatever you want to search, you can go and find it on Google. You can get it. Okay. So what are the product and services you are getting from the Google search engine? The information. Okay. The information you are getting from the Google search engine. Okay. Next question. What are their customer? What type of customer they are targeting? Now see the mission statement of Google company. Whom they are targeting? Who are their customer? Are you getting from this mission statement? Yes. All the person, those who want to use the information. Okay. So the person who want to use the information, all those customer. Okay. The people information. Okay. Next is what are their primary market? And the next is primary market and area of operation. So then market, they want to capture the entire world, and their area of operation, they want to accessible universally, means the entire universe. So all the 4 questions, you can get the answer of all those 4 questions from the mission statement of Google company. Okay, now what is the vision? Vision means future. Future. Are you getting the future of Google company from the vision statement of Google company? Now let us read the vision statement of Google company. They want to make their search engine so powerful that it would understand everything in the world. It understands everything in the world. Okay, so this is the future. In the future, they will make their search engine so powerful that it would understand. You will ask the question and Google will give you answer. No, this was not happening. Information from the search engine. Not so easy like right now from the Google. Why? Because Google has developed their algorithm. If you will see, Google company, if you will search, the algorithm developed by Google, they help them to rank the information, and the most reliable information will come first. This is how Google work. Okay, so the best search engine, and their vision is to understand everything. Vision statement of Amazon company. I want to tell you one more thing of Microsoft company. Okay, what is the special point about Microsoft company? Actually, Microsoft company was changed by Mr. Satya Nadella. Mr. Satya Nadella, he is a CEO of Microsoft company. Microsoft company, he changed the mission statement. Why? Why he changed the mission statement? Because Previously, the mission statement on product, previously was focused on their own product. While we have studied that the mission statement should not focus on product, it should focus on the customer. This is what we have studied also in previously, that what happened in traditional cost management, old costing, it was all focused on the product, what product you want to produce, what are the services which you want to provide, and you don't consider the customer requirement. What is the requirement of the customer? What are the expectation of the customer? You don't consider that. You just consider your own product, your own services, and you just want to provide your own product and services, which was a wrong approach. Traditional cost management, old syllabus, wrong approach. What is the new syllabus? Customer is king, keep the king happy. Okay, so the mission statement should focus on the customer. So Mr. Satya Nadella, he changed the mission statement of Microsoft company. What was the mission statement previous? Product focus mission statement. Let me show you. His previous mission statement was a computer on every home and every desk. So it was focused on product. They want to make their computer everywhere, like everywhere means home, on every desk. They want that everyone should use their own product, Microsoft product. But they have never thought that in future this computer will get compact. This is also a computer, the small computer. So they have never thought like this, and their mission statement was wrong because it was a product focused mission statement. They were just focusing on their own product, the computer, while they ignored what is the requirement. Mr. Satya Nadella, he gave a new mission statement. See the new mission statement: to empower. The new mission statement, read it: to empower every person, to empower every person and every organization on the planet. So what they want to do, they want to empower every person. Now this is customer, they want to empower every person, every organization is also their customer, to achieve more. So now the mission focus, previous mission statement was a product focused mission statement. I hope you understand this now. Okay, more points. Strategic positioning analysis. Actually, 2 points are interrelated to each other. So first of all, I think I should teach value chain analysis first, and then I will teach you the strategic positioning analysis. First of all, I want to teach value chain analysis, okay? And we will take the case study, few case studies of value chain analysis also. This is what willing to pay. Okay, why the customer is paying 20 rupees here and why the customer is paying 5 rupees for this? You are giving the customer something for which the customer is willing to pay is value. So you can see the progression of value. The value of this commodity is less. The value of this commodity is little more. Then the value of this commodity is little more. And the value of this commodity is highest. Okay. Now, have you ever thought in Starbucks is 500, so expensive, and the same coffee, you can drink the same coffee from other restaurant, like any other restaurant, and you can pay rupees 100 or 150. Why the coffee in Starbucks are so expensive? Can you give me the answer? Let me see whether you can give the answer or not. Tell me, give me the answer. Why The Starbucks coffee is so expensive. Give me the answer. So expensive. Can you give me the answer? Voice is breaking again. This is so bad. Speed is good. Internet speed is good. There is no problem in internet speed. What can I do then? Okay, I will fix this problem during the break. So value is something for which the customer is willing to pay. Okay. Now let us understand what is the value chain. Value chain is a chain of value added activities. Product passes through these activities. You can see it's a chain of value added activities. Product passes through these activities, gaining value at each stage. Okay, at each stage, this product will get value. Okay, gaining value at each stage. This is a value chain. Okay, now what is value chain analysis? Remember, very important, very important concept. For any business organization, you should try to find out two types of activity: value added activities and non value added activities. You should try to find out two kind of activities: value added activities as well as non value added activities. What are the value added activities? Value added activities means the activity for which the customer is willing to pay. Okay, these are all activities for which the customer is willing to pay, and you have to emphasize everything, focus on it. Okay, you want to improve it. Okay, so emphasize at this place all the value added activities in your value chain. You can see all the activities: the inbound, the operation, outbound, marketing and sales, services, all the activity. See the value everywhere, value added activities, and focus on all those value added activities. Now, ma'am, what is the non value added activities? Non value added activities are nothing, just waste. All the activities which are waste in your business organization, you should try to find out the waste activity. Now, what are these waste activity, ma'am? We have never heard these words in previous classes anywhere, either in strategic management or anywhere. We have never studied this topic, waste. What is the waste in costing? In Japanese language, waste are of three types. There are three types of waste: mura, mura, muda, and muri. There are three type of waste in any business organization: mura, muda, muri. Now, what are these three things? These are all three Japanese language, and many of your business strategies was first discovered by Japanese. You will see, I will teach you many business strategy in your subject. They were discovered first by Japanese. So we will use the Japanese terminology for all of them. Okay. So first is mura, muri, and muda. Now, what is muri? Muri means overburden. You should not overburden the employees of your organization, and you should not overburden the machine of your business organization. Means what? Every machine, you know that every machine have their own capacity. They cannot produce more than that product. So don't try to produce more than the capacity of the machine. Similarly, we all are human. We have capacity to work. For example, I can work for 7 hours. So don't, my employer, please don't force me to work for 12 hours. I can't do that. Even if I will do, I will not do a productive work. So they are saying that don't overburden your employees, don't overburden your machines. So don't overburden the machines you have in your business organization. Don't overburden the employee of your business organization. Okay, now what is Mura? Mura means uneven burden on employee and machine in your business organization. Now, what is this? This means that you are giving one worker a lot of work to do, and another worker is sleeping. He is not doing anything. Similarly, on one machine, you have put much pressure to produce more quantity. At the same time, on another machine, you are producing very less quantity. So they are saying that uneven burden on the machine of your organization is not good. Uneven burden on the employee in your business organization is not good. Okay, next is Muda. What are Muda? Muda are the waste, complete waste in the business organization. What are these waste? These are the 7 type of waste which we will study in chapter 4, lean system. What are these waste? These are the 7 deadly waste. 7 deadly waste, and you should try to completely eliminate them from the organization. Now, what are these deadly waste? For example, unnecessary transportation of goods from one place to another place. You're just moving your product unnecessarily in your business organization, or or unnecessary motion of the people in your business organization. For example, one of the production are taking at this place and another production are taking at this place, and these two places are far away from each other, and the one worker is moving from A to B, from B to A to B, and then B to A. He keep on moving, so that he is wasting his time and other resources. So the motion of this person is a waste. Similarly, if you are producing a defective product in your organization, you have to rework on these defects, or you will lose your resources on these defects, and it will result in cost, which is a waste, deadly waste. Similarly, over processing. Similarly, overproduction. You are producing more than the requirement. Work in progress is more, or work in progress is more, or finished good is more. You are producing more than the requirement, is overproduction, and overproduction is not required in the business organization. Okay, now waiting. If any of your process is slow, like you are producing your product from A to B to C, and any of the process in between is slow, then what happens? The next person will have to wait, because the person who is transferring him the work in progress good is slow. He is working slowly, so another person have to wait, and when he will wait, he will waste his own time, and if the time will get waste, other resources will get waste. So it's a kind of waste. Okay, these are all waste activity: overproduction, overprocessing, storage of inventory in warehouse. We have studied that in CA Inter, we store the goods in warehouse. Storage of inventory in warehouse is a waste. Purchase the inventory when there is requirement. Why are you storing the inventory? Okay, it's a waste. So these are all 7 deadly wastage. These are all 7 deadly waste. Okay, so you can see here that in the organization, there are 2 types of activity: value added activity. ऐसा कभी होता नहीं है. This generally never happens during the class. That voice is not audible. This is distracting. Okay, so we have studied that this is value chain analysis. We have studied about the value chain. Value chain is a chain of activity. Product passes through those activities, gaining value at each stage. Now, this is value chain analysis. What is value chain analysis? In every activity of your organization, these are the activities. Primary activity, inbound, buying the raw material from the supplier, then converting the raw material into finished good, then transporting the finished good to the market, taking it to the customer place, then awareing the customer about the product and services is the marketing and sale, and then after sale services like customer care services which you provide through customer service center, like guarantee, warranty related, customer complaint related services. So these are all activities. In all activities, these are the primary activities. Secondary activities are those activities which support the primary activities. What are these activities? Procurement, technology development, human resource management, and firm infrastructure. These are the secondary activities. So these activity will cover almost all the activity of the business organization. Now check every activity in your organization, each and every activity. Check each and every activity. Check each and every activity. Now what will we do? We will try to find out all the value added activities, and we will try to find out all the non-value added activities. What are the non-value added activities? Activity which are waste. What are the waste? We have studied the seven deadly waste. Means we are incurring our time on such activity, and if we are incurring time on such activity, means we are incurring our resources on all such activities, but they are not adding value to our product. They are waste. Okay, overproduction, overprocessing, motion of the much people in the organization, the 7 type of waste which we have discussed, they are complete waste. And if you are wasting your time on those activities, you will lose all your resources, and resource will come from cost money. You will buy the resource from money, means you are wasting your money. Okay, you're wasting your money. So try to find out all those waste. Now there are, these waste are of two type: obvious waste and valueless waste. What is obvious waste? All those 7 waste which we have studied, 7 waste are obvious waste, complete waste. Try to eliminate them completely. Find out first, find out, and then try to eliminate them completely. Try to find out and try to eliminate them completely from the business organization. Okay. Yes. Okay. ओके, ठीक है, ठीक है. So, seven deadly waste are the waste which we will try to completely eliminate from the organization. Eliminate them, pure waste, no value. They will not add value to the customer. Eliminate them. And there are some waste which are waste but necessary for the organization. Why? Might be because of some legal compliances, legal, okay, some our own policy is like that, or our own technology is like that, our own policy is like that, our own technology is like that, or some legal requirement because of which we have to do that. Example, can you give me example, ma'am? Yes, I can give you example. For example, inspection. Inspection is a waste. Customer is not willing to pay for inspection. Means you have produced the finished good and now you are inspecting and trying to find out the defective product. Okay, so customer is not willing to pay for that. So it is a waste, but it's necessary. Might be because of some legal requirement, or my own technology is like that, or my own policy is like that, that I have to do all that waste. Okay, so what will we do for such kind of waste? Try to minimize them. Ma'am, how can we minimize the inspection? You can do that. How? By producing good product. Good product means don't produce defective product now. Why? When there is need of inspection, if you are producing defective product, you need to check them. But if you know that your entire process is so good, your entire system is so good, your all machines are so good, your employees are so trained, everything is so perfect, in such case you will produce only good product, not defective product. Ma'am, is it possible in any business organization that the organization is not producing defective product? Is it possible? Tell me, is it possible? Yes, yes, it is possible. Can you give me example? Yes, the example of Motorola company. Motorola company, the first time introduced Six Sigma. Six Sigma. What is Six Sigma plan? If you will, I will teach you in fourth chapter. In case of Six Sigma, what happened? In case of Six Sigma, they produce almost zero defective product. You will see that like they are producing 0.00 something. Such a less number of defective product. Part per millions. Means in millions they are producing such defective product. Means the chances of producing the defective product is very, very, very less, right? Six Sigma plan, which was first introduced in Motorola company. Yes, it is possible. Producing so good quantity that chances of producing defects is very less. And if your everything is so good, the process, the system, the machines, employees are so trained that they are not producing defective goods, in such case you don't need to inspect them, you don't need to inspect the good quantity. You know that your employee is very honest and he will do his work very nicely. You know that your machines are so perfect that these machines will never produce any defective product. You know that your entire process is so good that it will not produce any defective product. The chances of producing defects is very less. Is it? It is possible. And in such case, you don't need to inspect. You don't need to inspect the work of your own employee. Okay, so they are saying that there are two type of non-value-added activities. One is obvious waste, seven deadly waste. You have to try to eliminate them completely, and the valueless effort for which customer is not willing to pay, but means they are waste because customer is not willing to pay. So try to minimize them because you cannot eliminate them. Why? Because this might be your legal requirement or the compliance requirement, or your own technology is like that you can't improve that, but you can minimize. So waste, red are waste, and 20% activities are value added activities. For example, waiting is waste, waste. Reworking means rework on correcting something means correcting the defect is waste, correcting some problem is a waste. Okay, try to produce the good quantity right the first time. Don't produce defective product then correct them. Don't do that. Always try to produce good products. Okay, so this is how we do what we do in all these activities of business organization, either the primary activities or the secondary activities. Everywhere try to find out all the non-valuated activities, all the waste, and then try to remove them, eliminate them completely, or try to minimize them. Okay, and focus on value added activity. So in this way, what happened through value chain analysis, what happened, you are removing the non-value added activities or you are minimizing them. Non-value added activity requires time. Okay, and if anywhere you are wasting your time, you are wasting the other resources at the same place. Okay, so if somehow you manage to reduce these non-valued activities, means waste, you will save this time, and ultimately the resources which are being consumed at this place at this time, all those resources will get saved. All those resources will get saved. This is the saving. It means what? Value chain analysis will help you to save the cost. You're saving the cost now. Cost saving. And you are not just saving the cost here, but you are focusing on value added activities. You are focusing on value added activities. Means you are improving the value for your customer, for which the customer is willing to pay. And this is the strategic cost management. This is what I have teach you in the beginning of the session. Management. We will focus on not just reducing the cost. We are not just focusing on reducing the cost, but also improving the value of the product or services which we are providing to the customer. And we have a very good example of Parle G company. Parle G company, a very good example. Even after so many years, they have not still in the market at ₹5. Okay, they are cost leader, and they are providing highest quality of goods. Biscuits of Parle G is very high quality. It's not that in low cost they are using bad quality of raw material. That they are using the high class good quality product in their biscuit. And this Parle G biscuit, the demand of Parle G, people consume this biscuit in USA, America, and people consume in small villages of our country. It's available everywhere around the world. Such a great company, and it's a very old brand, we all know that. So this is how strategic cost management will help you. Very beautiful subject. This will help you to take decision strategically for the business organization, not just reduce the cost, because our previous subject, the old subject, and the CA inter syllabus will which you have studied in your previous classes, these two subjects focus you on just reducing the cost. You just try to find out the way to reduce the cost, but you don't try to find out the way to improve the value for the customer, which we have done here in strategic cost management. I hope the concept is clear. You can ask me the question, because we will do the question. You can ask me the question. Is there any question? Because we will do a case study related to this question. We will do a case study related to this question. We have a 20 marks case study, which is related to this question. And I will tell you how to write the case study in exam. Okay, we know that the case study in exams are very lengthy. So I will tell you how to write the case study in exam and how to get 20 marks very easily. It's very easy to get this 20 marks. Okay, so I'm giving you 5 minutes to, this question is from chapter 13. Chapter 13, and this is a case. Okay, chapter 13, case 2. Open your book, and if you will open your book, you will see that I have just changed the presentation of the question. Okay, I have changed the presentation of the question. And let me give you first a brief introduction of this question, then you read this question. To write the question, see, about this question, let me first tell you about this question. In this question, I will tell you how to write the answer. Answer of case study of answer of case study 20 marks. How to write this in the examination. How to write this? See, in the answer, you will see that the complete answer is written considering 3 information. What are those 3 information? First information they have taken from the book, the knowledge which you will get from the book. Second, answer is written from the question. And third, your own logic. And in this case, you will find that 80%, 80 bhi nahi, not even 80, 90% things are from either book or from question itself. And only 10% you have to apply your own brain, 10%. I will show you this magic. Okay, see, half of the answer is written in the question. Half of the answer, you will get half of the answer from the question. How, ma'am? See, what I have done while reading the question, first what I have seen the requirement of the question. What is the requirement of the question? This is the requirement of the question. Map the various activity performed at S-Mart to the Potter's value chain model. Okay, so you have to apply this Potter's value chain model. We know that value chain model is this which we have studied, finding the value-added activities and non-value-added activities. Okay, this is all about value chain model. And what are the various activities? The primary activities which we have studied, and the secondary activities which we have studied. Okay, secondary activity which we have studied, the primary and the secondary activity which we have studied. Okay, so what will I do? While I will read the question, this entire question, I will try to find out all the primary activity, the information which is related to primary activity, and I will write before the line, I will write that this is the inbound logistic related information, this is the outbound, this is the operation related activity, this is the marketing related activity, this is related to services. I will write it in the question. Okay, all the primary activity I will try to find out in the question. Similarly, I will try to find out all the secondary activity in the question. Okay, so this is what I have done. A complete big story was written in the question. Big story, 20 marks means a big question in examination, and it seems to look very difficult for the student. How such a big question, how we do such a big question. But see, half of the answer is written in your own question. Half of the answer is written here. So what do you need? You just need to read the question very carefully. Read the question very carefully, and you will get 50% portion of your answer, 50% answer from the question. Okay, let us see. There is a company, S-Mart. It was founded in 1990. Right now, in 2017, they have 100 store. Now they have 100 store. And they are selling the household requirement items such as groceries, clothes, and all these kind of items to middle income group people. Okay, they are selling all these things. S-Mart is known for high quality product. This company is known for high quality product which are available at discount. The company gives at least 5% discount on the listed price of its each product. And the growth of the company, see the growth of the company, 30% growth year on year basis. Every year the company is getting increasing their sales by 30%. Very good. The company has the highest net profit margin. The company has highest return on equity. Good performance. Okay, you can see financially the company is doing very good. Okay, so what information we have get from these lines? That the company is selling household requirement items. Okay, now right now the company has their own, because they have inaugurated the store, they have their own high quality of product. The quality of their product is very good, and high quality of product, they are providing this high quality of at discounted price. Okay, this at least they provide 5% discount. Even they are providing their product at least price, at discounted price. Their sale is increasing, their growth is increasing, their return on equity is increasing, their profit margin are increasing. Wow. Now let us see what are the strategies they are following, that though they are providing, they are selling their product at discounted price, high quality product, even they are providing high quality product at discounted price, their profit is increasing. Okay, which is generally, see, this is what we think in our old syllabus, that if you will focus on quality now, this is what we think in our old syllabus. If you want to produce high quality, you have to incur high cost, it will require cost, and therefore they will advise you, don't give your customer quality product. They will say reduce the quality. No, but we are saying that give leader at least price. Become market leader, and for this you have to apply brain. How is it possible to provide good quality at least cost? We have an example, Parle ji. I have already given you example of Indian company. Right now I'm not talking about Japanese company. Japanese have adopted excellent business strategies, so I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about our own country, Parle ji company. They are providing high quality at least price. Okay, now, what are their activity? Let us analyze what are the value-added activities, what are the non-value-added activities. Let us find those value-added and non-value ourselves on value-added activities, and we will try to remove all the non-value-added activities. Either we will remove them completely or we will try to minimize them. Okay, this will help us to reduce value for the customer. Always remember, I'm very clear to you, because this will going to help you in your entire subject. The thing which I'm trying to explain you right here will help you in now inbound logistic. See, inbound logistic means what? Procuring the raw material from the supplier. Okay, now these are the information given in question. Okay, has 500 vendors, and the company is buying high quality of product from them. See, this is a retailer company. They are just buying the material and selling the product to the customer. Means they are not producing the goods. This company is not producing the goods. They are just buying the material and selling them. Okay, they are doing this business. So they have 500 different vendors from where they are buying high quality product. Okay, and they pay the amount to the supplier in advance. Okay, so because they are making the payment on advance basis, the supplier is giving them discount. Why supplier is giving them discount? Because they are paying to the customer on advance basis, and the discount they have received from the supplier, they pass this discount to their customer. Okay, the discount which they are receiving from their supplier, they pass this discount to their customer. The company procures product using just-in-time system. See, the company is not buying the product and keeping them in warehouse and selling them to the customer. No, the company is not doing so. Company is doing just-in-time system. What is just-in-time system? This just-in-time system, it works on pull processing method. It works on pull processing method. I will teach you later on also that when there is the customer, when the customer will demand, we will go to the supplier and buy the material. Okay, so it's not like we will buy the material and we don't know the requirement of the customer. We don't know actually what is the demand of the customer, how many quantity the customer is required by the customer. We don't consider that. This is what happened in traditional cost management. We don't consider what are the quantities demanded by the customer. We just buy the material, so many material, then we sell them to the customer, or we produce the finished good, which is a waste. We are saying that we will buy only when there is requirement, only when there is demand from the customer. So we are following just in time philosophy, which keep the inventory low. Why inventory low? Because we are not, there is no need to store them, because the customer will demand. It is working on real time system, online real time system. We will study this. Okay, the customer is demanding, we are buying the material from supplier, and then we are placing, we are material to the customer. So this is how this system works, and store the inventory. So there is no need of working capital also, no need of working capital. Deliverable, the product are directly delivered to the stores by own truck. Now, one more good information is given here, that the company is using their own truck, own, buying the material from the supplier and sending the material to the customer. So why, if they are using their own truck, they will assure that there will not be any situation of stock out. See, why are they doing this? In order to ignore the situation of stock out. Never this situation will is bad for any organization, because if any stock out situation will arise in the organization, this will give a bad impression on the customer, that I have ordered the product from the company, but the company has not delivered the product to me on time, or I have ordered the product from the company has delayed my supply. Okay, not on time. So I want to avoid it. I don't want to do this for my business organization. For my business organization, because this will affect my customer satisfaction, customer loyalty, and ultimately brand image of the company, the goodwill of the company, it might affect. They are using their own trucks and fleets. Now, next information, outbound logistic. What is outbound logistic? Outbound logistic means converting outbound logistics. See, before outbound, we should understand the operation. Okay, now let us read this. Outbound is given. Outbound means finished good. We received the finished good. Operation means converting the raw material into finished good. So taking this finished good to the market from where the customer will buy this product. Okay, taking your finished good to the market from where the customer will buy this product. This is outbound logistic. This is outbound logistic. So what are the information given in the question which we have here? The company sell the product which are required by household on day-to-day basis. Outbound means taking your finished good. What are the information given in the question we have? is given that the company is selling, the company those they are not selling the premium product. Though in premium product the company is getting higher margin, though in premium product the company is getting higher margin, but the company is not selling premium product. The product which is required to sell on day-to-day basis. Okay. Next information, ensure that inventory is moved out of store faster. Now the company is selling day to day every day in their lives. They are selling such product, not once in a year, once in a quarter, every day by the people in household. Okay, so fast, which increase the sale turnover ratio of the company. Okay, this is the information which we have in the question. This is the stores which it company. See, one more information is given here. See, these are the information given in the question, and I will use all these information as it is in the answer. Company has owned by them, so they don't need to pay the rent for the stores. They have purchased the store, and all those stores from where you are selling the product under the company's brand name. Okay, there is no third party franchisee. You are not giving the franchisee to third party. Every store is owned by you. You have purchased them, so you don't need to pay the rent of those stores. And there is no intermediary. See, this is the company. Company is buying the material from the supplier, and the company is selling the product to the customer directly. There is no intermediary between the supplier, the company, and the customer. No intermediaries. Even the place from where you are selling the product to the customer are not franchisee. Every store is owned by the company. The company has purchased all those stores. The company is not paying any rent. This is all information given in the question. See, these are the information given in the question. Now the next point. Next point is to marketing and sales. It is given in this question that the company is not, what is the marketing and sale activity? This is the marketing and sale activity. Marketing and sale activity means awareing your customer about your product and services. It might be possible that few of the customer, though your product is very good, you're giving very good product or you are providing very good services, but still there are some customer, those who are not aware of the product which you are selling, the services which you are providing, they are not aware of it. So what will you do? You will do marketing, advertisement, promotions. You will try to develop relationship with the customer. You will do all these things. It comes under marketing. Okay, this is also one of the activity of our business organization. Now what happened? These are the information given in the question, and these information are related to marketing. So I have written here that these activities are related to marketing. Okay, these are the information which is related to outbound logistic. I have written here that these activities are related to outbound logistic. These information are related to inbound logistic. I have written here that these not written. Okay, but this will you have to do in your examination. Read to find out the line related to inbound, try to find out the activities which is related to operation, try to find out the activity which is related to outbound, try to find out the activity which is related to marketing. Try to do that. Okay, so you will get half of the answer from the question. Okay, now see here, it is given here that the company is not following aggressive marketing policy, means they are not doing very high advertisement expenses, very high marketing costs. They are not doing so. product at least price. Same strategy which is followed by Parle-G company. High quality at least price. So the company is selling household product, day-to-day basis product which is required on day-to-day basis. They are selling such product, high quality product at least price. Now, because of which the people will start talking about this. Oh, this product is very good, and they are selling this product at very low price. Okay, so this is how through word of mouth gradually your product will become famous. This happened actually in many cases. There are many case studies, many examples where word of mouth plays a very good role in marketing. You don't need to market yourself, just provide good quality, just provide good services, and people will talk about you at least price. People will talk about you. So this is what they have said about the quality. The company is selling high quality product. The company is selling high quality product at least price, and the company is not following any aggressive marketing policy. Okay, and if there is any requirement, means they are doing need based requirement related to marketing given in the question, and I have written here that these information to marketing. Okay, now the next information is related to customer focus. It is given, though it is not related to activities of value chain, but I have written here something. So S Smart aims to build of customer service. Customer is very good, which we have. You can write it here that this will come under service activity. The last activity, service activity. They are providing very good customer services. Okay, loyal to your brand, loyal to your company, and he will return to you again and again for the product or services. Okay, now the next is, this information is related to the secondary activity. I have read the information and I got this point that these information are related to employees. Employee means HR, and this is a secondary activity of value chain analysis. Let us see whether the information related to employee recruitment is given here. Their company. It means that the company is providing good care of their employee. The company motivate their employee. The company provide rewards to their employee through ESOP plan. It is given here in the question that the company are rewarding their employee through ESOP plan. The company is providing proper training to them. See, blaming, oh, you have done this, scolding your employee, very bad employee, he don't do anything nicely. So this is not the right way to correct someone. Okay, so if you want to correct someone, provide them proper training, and it will take time. Okay, so the company is taking training session, and the company is providing training to their employees. Okay, providing them training related to the latest techniques which they are using in their business organization. These are the information related to HR, employees, and I have marked it here. I will write this in the answer. Now, more information which is related to information technology. This is also given in the question. See, information technology is the secondary activity. Information technology, this is use of technology, machines, robots, okay, robots, computers. You're using them and you are doing all these activities. Now, see how they are using the computer, software, everything for the activity of their business organization. Company has sold infrastructure for all its activity. sorry, company has a solid IT infrastructure for all its activity. Means for every activity, the company has good IT infrastructure. Okay, every activity means you can see that all the activity, for every activity of their organization, they are using technology. Okay, acha, they are using ERP plan. Why are they using ERP? See, ERP help the organization to integrate all the information of business organization. How this will help the organization? See how this will help the organization have ERP here, right? Okay, ERP. So this ERP will help the organization to find out the customer demand immediately. If the customer will demand, you will get the customer demand immediately, quickly. You will get the customer demand. Okay, you will place the order to the supplier. How, see how easy it is if you are using ERP, everything is linked through ERP, and how easy it is to exchange the information in the organization, how quickly, fastly the information can be exchanged. Okay, you will contact the supplier to supply the material immediately, and then you will supply the same material to the customer. So how ERP help the organization? Okay, so the company is using ERP for this, and it is very easy to generate the various report in real time. The report of all the payment made to the supplier, you can get the report of you have received from the various type of report which is system. So these are the information which is given in the question. See, and I have done nothing, I have just read the entire question, and then I have marked the information. Oh, these activities are related to inbound logistic. Marked, I have marked, yes, this is related to inbound. Then point, and I have found points which is related, points are related to employee means. Now I got 50% of my answer from the question. See how easy it is to get 20 marks in your examination, and you are difficult. I don't think so. The subject is not difficult. You, this is a 20 marks question. 20 marks question, and half of the answer is written in your question. So simple. Half of the answer is written in question. How to write the answer? While writing the answer, we have discussed that kind of information. First information you will write from the knowledge which you have from the book knowledge, whatever you have studied from the book, you will read whatever you have studied from the book. Second information from the question, you have the information from the question. I have already marked the various logic, very few, it will take only 10% portion of the question answer. See how they are writing the answer. Chain, this definition you can write from the book. I don't need to explain it. Value chain means what? Chain of value added activities. Product passes through these activities, gaining value at each stage. So this is value chain. Then value chain analysis, again this information is from book. What is value chain analysis? You will analyze all the activities of business organization. Then what will you do? You will try to find out all the value added activities, and what will you do? You will focus your organization on value added, and you will remove, you will try to eliminate all the waste. Waste means non value added activities. Write this, all these information are written from the book. Okay, now let us proceed forward. Now we will write about the primary and secondary activities. So you have to write all the primary activity and So let us see this point they have written from the book. What are the primary activities? Those activities that are directly to the customer. Okay, simply from the book. Now see, they have written the information related to inbound logistic. What is inbound logistic? It is written in your book. Buying the raw material from the supplier, handling them, warehousing them, related to inbound logistic. You can write it from the book. The information which you have from the books, you can write it here. Then in the question, these information are written. You can write it from the answer. From the question, you are writing the answer. Okay. Information, the company are using their own truck and fleet. We have discussed that the company are using their own truck and fleet to buy the material from the supplier and selling the good to the customer. Every operation are done by their own trucks and fleet. Okay, so the company is using their own trucks and fleet. Just in time system for buying the material from the supplier. They are not buying the quantity in bulk. They are buying the quantity on just in time system. So there is no need of warehousing here in this inbound logistics system. This is given in the question. Okay, this is the information which I have from the question. Okay, now third, they have applied their own logic. What is this? They have written you that the company is the company, the situation of stock discuss you in the question, but it is not written in the question. Why the company is using? Because in just in time system, if you are buying the material on just in time system, there are some probability of the situation of stock out. So in order to avoid such a situation of stock out, you are using your own truck and fleet. You can write it. Okay. What are the operation? Okay, I'm telling you that how to write the answer in case of case studies in your examination. Now the next point is operation. Operation is related to converting the raw material into finished good. This is related to converting the raw material into finished good. Write these information from the book which you have. Converting the raw material, the operation activity. Okay, this information from the book. Okay, while what happened, this is what happened in manufacturing company. In manufacturing company, they buy the raw material and sell the finished good. But this is this they are buying the good and selling the good. They are not manufacturing the goods. Okay, so this is a business of retail. Okay, they are just buying the material and selling the goods. Okay, so you can write it here. Then in the question, it is mentioned that the company have 100 stores from where they are selling their goods, and these stores are owned by them. They don't need to pay the rent of these stores, saving the cost of the organization. Company do not work on franchisee basis. Company is not working on agent basis. They have owned their own stores from where they are selling the product to the customer. Company is providing high quality product. Okay, they're selling the high quality product at best prices. Okay, and since the stores are owned by the company and the company don't need to pay the rent, okay, so there are the risk of closing the store. For example, right now, if you will travel through metro, you can see that many of the stores which were open in the metro are now closed. Okay, you can see that the Keventer at CP is closed. I have seen that Keventer is closed on CP. Many of the stores are closed, which was there in metro. Situation is like that. Okay, so if any such situation will arise, you don't need to close your business. Okay, so they don't need to pay the rent. So this is their operation. They don't need to pay the rent. There is no lease agreement. Okay, So see, half of the question is either 90% of the answer, and the last is your own logic. Company can also invest to build the best layout for the stores. So layout means the stores, you know that they have the retail store. So from the retail store you sell the household items. Okay, so you have to lay out them, so you can uh, put the best layout for. Okay, now the outbound logistic is means how you are distributing your finished good in the market. Okay, market is wide, how they are selling, how Parleji is selling their, how Parleji is distributing their product to America, London, worldwide, how they are distributing, is distributing their product in the rural villages where there is no proper road facility. They are selling their goods there. Parleji biscuit there, how they are distributing their product to the place where there is no proper to outbound logistic. Okay, these are all activities related to outbound logistic. You can write this information from the book, and these information are given in the question. Stores, they do not outsource, they do not have any franchisee based model. Okay, they just buying the material from the supplier, selling them to the customer, and there is no warehousing either for the material which are buy from the supplier or the material which they are selling to the customer. No warehousing, no working capital blocked. Okay, so you can write, these information are given in the question, you can write it. See, I have already marked that these activities, you can write all these points in answer, all these points in answer. Similarly, in case of marketing, you can write all these employee HR, you can write all these point in the answer, you can write all these information in the answer. Along with that, you can write the information which you will get from the book. So simple to write the answer. See, 90% of the answer you know. Okay, this question is 20 marks. This is a 20 marks question, and 90% answer you know. More than, you can say that more than 55% answer is from the question itself. So it means you just have, if you will read the question carefully, you will get more than half marks. Okay, you can get more than the answer of half marks from the question itself. Okay, actually I want to do one more question. So I want to take one more question. People want break, please tell me, or we will do this case study. Please tell me. Please read this question. Otherwise, please read this question. Please read this question. question from chapter 13. You can see chapter 13. Please tell me you want break. I will teach till 1:15. So in case if you want to take break, you can take a break of 5 minutes. Between, you can do one more thing. You can read this case study also, if you want to read this case study. This is from chapter 13. You can read this question. This is the session till 9:15. 9:15. I will take the session till 9:15. And right now you can take the break of 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, friends, half an hour more, and we will do this case study, which is again related to value chain analysis. Okay, when you will see the question in the new syllabus, you will see that one question will cover many concepts. Okay, one question will cover many concepts. So first we have done a case study, 20 marks case study. Now we are doing a question, and this question will cover different concept. Means one of the concept is like value chain analysis. Value chain analysis. Another thing which they are considering here are non-financial factors. And another thing which they are considering here is balance score card. Now this information, balance score card, this is from this information, balance scorecard is from chapter 8 we have. So you can see in your examination, question will come, one question. In one question, some of the concept will come from chapter 1. And in the same question, some of the concept will come from chapter 4. And in the same question, some question will come from chapter 8. Why is this happening? Why is this happening in new syllabus? In one question, few concepts are from chapter 1, few are from chapter 8, few are from chapter 4. Why? Few are from chapter 7, pricing. Why? You know why? Because the concept in your subject are interlinked to each other. You will see that how the costing related decision is related to pricing decision. The selling pricing will find the cost. Means you will see the interrelation, how the cost is related to quality, the chapter 2, how the decision of chapter 1 is related to each chapter. Everything is related to each other. You will find this. When you will read the entire subject, you will find that there is a lot of interconnection between the concept. Okay, now we have a question here. What are the issue in this question? Let me first discuss, because we have limited time. I know that you can read this question after the session. Okay, so what happened in this case? In this case, this is a case where the company is producing copper wire rod. Company is producing copper wire rod from the copper cathode. They have the sheet of copper cathode. This is the raw material. This is the raw material, and this is the finished good. They purchase the copper cathode sheet, and they melt them. This is a metal, they melt them, and with this they prepare copper wire rod of different measures, like small, big, different size, different measures. So this is what this is their manufacturing, this is their manufacturing process. Okay, so let us first read what they have given you, the information which they have given you, the issue they have. The company is manufacturing or producing wire rod, copper wire rod. Okay, and they have one single manufacturing plant. Means they don't have multiple plants. One plant from where they are producing this copper wire rod, and for this they buy the raw material from the multiple supplier, from the various supplier. Okay, so they buy the raw material from different supplier. They buy the material from different supplier, and only one unit for production. There is only one unit for production. You will buy the raw material here, and then you will produce the finished good here. Okay, buy the raw material and produce the finished good, and only one production unit. Okay, this is the information we have. And then what happens? You are producing the quantity in batches. Okay, means, see, these are some flaws. These are the flaws which is present in the old syllabus, in the traditional costing. very bad things. ठीक है, flaw है, these are all flaws, these are all flaws. What they are doing, the production on batch system. Instead, you will study this in lean system chapter 4, that the organization should produce in cellular manufacturing, one by one product, then another product, then another product. You should produce like this, not in batches. Batch production is not good. You will study this later on. Batch production is not good. So the company is producing the goods in batches of wire rod produced, and then after production you are testing the quality and strength. Now see, first this is the flaw, that you are producing the goods in batches, then you are doing the testing. And what I have teach you right now in this chapter, that testing is not good. Try to keep your business organization so good, the employees so perfect, the machine so good, entire process, entire system so good, that the chances of producing defects is zero. So if there is no defective units, if you are not producing defective units, then there is no need to test them. There is no need to test the product, because you are not producing defective product. Okay. So it's a flaw. It's a flaw in this question, that you are producing the goods in batches, and then after production you are testing them. You don't need to test the product. Okay. The wire rod finished goods store in warehouse. One more flaws, means they are not buying the material on just in time system, because in just in time system you don't need to store them in warehouse. They are not buying the material in just in time system. Okay. But yes, one good thing is that they are using their own trucks and fleets. They receive 50% amount from the customer in advance, and remaining when you deliver the good to the customer. The company prices its copper wire rod based on price prevailing on London metal. Now how they are pricing their goods, the wire rod which they are producing, how they are pricing them. They will see the price in London Metal Exchange. Okay, and from where they will decide the price of these wire rod. Okay. Now, new market, and they are exploring new market for the for selling their finished good. For selling their finished good, they are exploring new market, and for this they are doing advertisement for new market. If you want to sell, if you want to make your customer aware about your product, if you want to make customer about your services, you have to make them aware about your product and services, and for this you have to do advertisement. So to explore new market, you have to do advertisement. Okay. And apart from this, for developing customer relationship with your customer, you are giving an annual conference to the customer. You are giving annual conference. Okay. And one more good point is that you have given the right to the customer that they can return the goods. If the goods is not good, they can come and return the goods if they are not as per the quality specification. These are the things specified here. Okay. Now, what is the requirement? Let us first read the requirement of the question. First requirement is that explain and identify the various primary activity. Means in the question, you have to find out the inbound logistic, try to find out the operating activity, try to find out the outbound logistic, try to find out the marketing, try to find out the after sales services. All these activities in the question, try to find out them and write them, that yes, this activity is related to inbound, this is related to production operation activity, this is related to outbound logistic, write them, this is related to marketing, write them. Okay. More points are given in the question. Let me tell you, let me explain you more points in the question. They have mentioned you in the question that um, um, for raw material, the raw material which they are buying, this copper cathode they are buying, there are chances in future that the market price of this raw material will reduce. The price has reduced recently by 20%, and in the future it's a speculation. They are speculating that since the price has reduced, and there are also chances in future that the price of raw material will reduce more. Now in this case, the company's manager, the manager of the company, they are getting bonus, they are getting bonus on the basis of saving in purchases. Okay, if they will produce the cheaper raw material. See, this is the selling price and this is the cost of raw material, labor, overhead, okay, profit. So if you will get cheaper raw material, what happened? The profitability will improve. And in this case, they are giving the bonus on the basis of this profit, saving in raw material. Whatever you do the saving in raw material, you will get the manager will get the profit. Okay, so this is what happened in their case. They are getting the profit. They are getting the bonus on the basis of the profit. It is given here. Okay, now they have asked you discuss the issue with the performance measure in force in the company. You have to check the performance, whether the measurement of performance, that is this means they are giving the bonus on the basis of saving in raw material cost. The company is giving the bonus on the basis of whatever you are saving here, the cost of raw material. Whether this approach is good or not, they're asking you. Okay. You can read this question. It is written right here. Can I give you time to read this question? This is all what they have mentioned in the question. Can I give you time to read this question? Please tell me, jaldi se, quickly. Okay, so again, for writing the answer of this question, what will I do? For writing the first portion of the answer, if you will see, the first portion, explain and identify the various activity. What will you do? You will find the information which you have from the question, okay, related to inbound logistic, operation, outbound, marketing, and services. You can see these information from the question. Whatever the information you have from the question, you will write. Okay, and the information which you have from the book, you will write. See, let me tell you how to write the answer. They have asked you about the primary activity. So before writing about the primary activity, first write what is value chain. First of all, write what is value chain. Okay, write about it. It is a chain of activity. Product passes through these activities, gaining value at each stage. Now, next point, write about the value chain analysis. Write about value chain analysis. Okay, value chain analysis, write about it. Value chain analysis means you will find all the value added activities and you will find all the non-value added activities. You will try to focus on these activities, value added activity, and these non-value added activities are nothing but waste. So you will either try to minimize them or you will try to eliminate them from the organization. This is what you will do in value chain analysis. Okay. Now, what happened in inbound logistic? We all know that buying the material from the supplier is inbound logistic. Write this here. Okay, then see, it is mentioned in the question that you are buying the material from the supplier in your own truck and fleet. It is given in the question. In the question, it is also given that you are buying the material from the multiple suppliers. See, this is what I have already teach you, that they are buying the material from multiple suppliers. Okay, they are buying the material in their own trucks and fleet. So these are the information related to inbound logistic given in the question. And they are storing the goods, the raw material that which they have bought, they are storing them in warehouse. Okay, so they are not working on just in time system. See, you can see here that they are not working on just in time system. So all these information are given either in the question or some information from the book which I have written here. Okay, now the next is related to operation. What is operation? Operation activity means converting the raw material into finished good. Write this. Converting the raw material into finished good is operation. Okay, is operating activity. Now, what will you do? What is the information in the given in the question? It is given in the question that you buy the material and you melt them and then you convert them into rod, copper rod of various sizes. Given in the question, write it. Okay, then what you do, once the finished good is produced, you are testing them. It is given in the question that you are testing them. Okay, once the finished good is produced, you are testing them. Okay, you are producing them in batches. You can also write it in the answer. Okay, you are doing the production in batches. So this point is though not given in the answer, but you can write this one more point here, that production on batch system. You're producing the good on batches. Okay, so these are the information which you can write. Now the next is information related to outbound logistic. Outbound logistic means selling the product, taking your product, distributing your product to the market. Okay, taking your product to the market. So you can write it. This is the information which we have from the book. And it is given in the question that you are using your own trucks and fleet to transport the goods to the market. You can write it. It is also given that you are warehousing your product. You can write it. Okay. So these are the information given in the question. You can write it. See how easy to write the answer in your this subject. In this subject, how easy it is to write the answer. Okay. Now, next is marketing and sale. Marketing and sale means that awareing your customer about the product or services which you are providing. Okay, the product which you are providing or the services which you are providing, make your customer aware about it. Okay, make your customer aware about it. So for this, the customer, it is given in the question that you are exploring the new market with the help of advertisement. It is given in the question. And it is given in the question, in order to aware the customer about your product, you are holding conference with the customer, you are developing relationship with the customer. It is given in the question. You can write it here. Then you are providing after sales services. If the customer return the product, you are accepting the product. If the product is not satisfying the expectation of the customer, the quality requirement of the customer. Okay, so you can write it. You can see that the first portion, how easy it is to write the answer. So simple. Okay, now the next portion. In the next portion, what happened? Performance measurement. Now in this case, very interesting point. What happened in this case, that you are measuring the performance of the manager on the basis of the saving that they are doing on the raw material. Now what happened in this case? Listen to me very carefully. In this case, what happened? The price of raw material, they are speculating that in future, the price of raw material will get decreased. The price of material will get decreased. You are speculating this, and because of which what happened, you are waiting, okay, when the price will reduce, I will buy the product, and you are just waiting, when the price will reduce, I will buy the product, you're just waiting. Okay, so what happened in this case, there might be probability that the chances of stock out will arise in your organization. Means there is requirement of raw material in your organization, but you have not yet purchased the raw material for the production. Why you have not purchased? Because you want to save money. You are expecting when the price of raw material will reduce, I will buy the raw material. You are expecting this, so you want to save the money on the raw material. Okay, and because of which you are just waiting, and because of which the stock out situation in your business organization production department will arise. Okay, the situation will arise in your organization. Okay, and this will hamper the overall goal of the organization. See, if the stock out situation will arise now, your customer will get angry. And we have studied this, customer is king, keep your king happy. If the customer will get angry, then what happens? Your sale will decrease, your profit will decrease. So your overall goal of the organization will hamper. The manager, they want to increase their own profitability, the profitability of their own department, and for this they are sacrificing the overall goal of the entire organization. They are sacrificing the value for the entire organization, which is not a good situation, a bad situation for the organization, not a good decision. Okay, so this method of performance measurement is not good. Okay, because they are, I'm talking about the non-financial factors. This will impact the goodwill, profitability, brand name of the organization, because the customer is angry, you are not providing them the finished good, and the stock out situation has arisen in your organization. So performance measurement, this kind of performance measurement approach is not good. Why? Because the situation is not under the control. This situation is not under the control of the manager, and we are saying here that you should give the bonus to the employee only for the situation which are under the control of the employee. Give them bonus, give them bonus, give them bonus only for the situation which are under the control of employee. If some situation are under the control of employee, give them bonus. But this situation, the price of raw material will fall down in future. This situation is not under the control of the manager. So for this situation, you should not give the bonus to the employee. Very bad approach. Okay. So this is what they have discussed here. Goal congruence means that in this case, you have seen that the manager, they want to increase their own profitability. You can see here that the manager wants to increase their own profitability by increasing the saving from the raw material. So in this way, the manager will increase his own profitability, but because of which the stock out situation in the factory or in the business organization will arise. And this will result in angry customer will get angry that you have not produced my good. There is a situation of stock out in our organization, so customer will give you a bad name. Okay, your brand image will decline, customer loyalty will decline. First the customer loyalty will decline, then the brand image will decline, then the goodwill will decline. Okay, so in long term this will going to harm your organization. In long run, this will going to harm your business organization. Okay, so this is not a good approach. Very bad approach. Goal congruence means you are avoiding the overall goal of the organization, overall profitability for entire organization. You are ignoring that, and not just financial term, but also non-financial term, not just short-term goals, but long-term goals. You are ignoring that. Goal congruence you have ignored. Okay, goal congruence means not just financial, but also the non-financial goals. not just short terms, but also the long-term goals. You have to consider all these things, everything. Okay. Now in the question, they have asked you that advise the alternate performance measure and identify the key performance indicator. Now, alternate performance measure, these are the topic which are from chapter 8. So I don't think that if I will explain you this topic, you will not going to understand. Okay. So I'm not explaining you this topic. This is the way of a good way. I will say a better way of measuring the performance of the manager instead of measuring the performance of manager on the basis of this method, like they have set the standards and they are incurring the actual expenditure, and then if favorable variance will arise, manager will get bonus. So that approach of standard costing which you have studied, the approach of standard costing is not good for giving the bonus. Approach of standard costing is not good. We will study this. All these things will come under chapter 8. Okay. So is there any query you can ask me? If there is any query, you can ask me. I'm watching your sheet for queries. I think, give me the queries. Is there any queries? Send me your queries. Is there any query you can ask me, please? Is there any query? Is there any feedback for me for improvement? If you want me to go slow, if you want me to cover more topic, whatever feedback you want to give me, you can give me, so that I can improve myself in that way. Any feedback? Any feedback? Anything? Any query? Any question? Okay, no query. So I think I should leave the session. Good night. Take care. Bye-bye.